9 of us with 5K to go, I think, and one of Katie's teammates, Lauren Hall, attacked. That dropped some people, and then Katie countered that, and that dropped a good amount of people. And then Katie just kind of set a hard pace after that, and I turned around, and it was just me and her. So we went over the top together and descended together, kind of worked together through the flat, and then she attacked me on the steep 1K to the finish. But it was a good race. I had a really good race.
Take us through the early parts of the race. So you guys started here in Tahoe, and then you did a big loop. You did a kind of a micro loop out there as well. How were the dynamics, and how did your team support you along the way?
Yeah, we did. We climbed out kind of on the 89, but nothing really happened on the first climb. There was a little break up the road that we eventually caught. There was a single rider for a long time, and the loop was pretty mellow, not really much attacking. And then, yeah, a lot of the teams were doing lead outs into the climbs, and I just kind of hopped on one of the lead outs. And then once the climb starts, it's kind of just as fast as your legs can go. There's not a lot your teammates can really do for you. So I had a couple of teammates for a while just in case they needed to close gaps and stuff, but they kept it a pretty mellow pace till about 5K to go, and then I just had to follow.
Did you have a good premonition coming into the race that you were going to be faring this well?
I was hoping so. I did a bit of an altitude block, and I love Tahoe, and I love racing at altitude. I'm from Utah originally, so I think I have a little bit of an advantage just because I was born at altitude, and I think I adapt a little bit better. So yeah, I was really gunning for the stage. A lot of the media didn't really have me up there as a contender, so I like to surprise people. It's always fun.
Well, so where did you do your altitude block at? Was it up here in Tahoe?
I did it in Mammoth, actually, which is amazing. I highly recommend it.
So it was a little fun, a little work party, so to speak. So what's been your lead up, besides the block, coming up to this race for preparation in racing?
Yeah, I did all the spring classics over in Europe. So the last racing I did was the Ardennes, and I had a pretty good Ardennes. I had a little bit of bad luck in the Liège-Bastogne-Liège, but had some good classics. But one days aren't really my thing. I just use them kind of for fitness, and then I was really looking forward to stage races. So that was kind of my preparation. And then I had a couple weeks at home to kind of have a little bit of a breather, and then back up to Mammoth to train hard.
So you did not join in with Gila or Redlands then, is that correct?
No, I was still in Europe. I didn't come home from Europe until the 1st of May, so.
Did you have a good idea that Katie Hall was going to be the one to watch today?
Oh yeah, we're former teammates, so I know how strong Katie is, and she's been annihilating everybody in America this year, so I had no doubt that I know a lot of Europeans are like, oh, well, that's the American field, but Katie can contend against the best in the world, so I knew she'd be the one to beat.
So last year with Bowles Dolman here, she went toe-to-toe up until the last day, just losing it on the sprint, the bonus out there. So that says a lot for you, being able to hang with her today, knowing what she can put up, and you still doing what you've done. So how does that give you confidence going for the rest of the season? What do you have left to go?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence. I leave straight after this race to go back to Germany to do one of my favorite stage races in Germany. And then I come, Turgen Rundfahrt. I'm probably slaughtering that name, but yeah. It's one of my favorite races. It's got a really good time trial, and it's 7 days of really hard racing. And then I come back for nationals, and then I go back over for the Giro. So really looking forward to the Giro d'Italia. And it's really a shame because UHC can't get an invite to the Giro, and I would love to see Katie fly up those mountains, but it's just sometimes race organizers just don't quite get it. So it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, no, and I'll let you go here, but tell me a little bit about the Giro. How many days is that, and how long of a race do you have for that?
Yeah, it's, I believe, 9 stages in a row. We don't have a rest day. And this year's really hard. We have 3 stages that end in 15-kilometer climbs, mountaintop finishes. There's a 15K uphill time trial that I think averages 9%. So it's going to be really hard Giro. There's a couple sprint stages, but you never know. Sometimes they say the profiles are flat in the Giro, and they end up not being flat. So you never know what you're going to get, but I think it's going to be a really hard Giro. And I'm looking forward to finally, this will be my first Giro where I'm the leader on the team. So I've been the domestique for Evelyn Stevens and some really good climbers in the Giro before, but this is the first time I'll get to give it a go, so I'm pretty excited.
So nationals, and I'll let you go off of this. Nationals, what is your focus? You said you're going there. You're going there to win a time trial and road race, or how is that looking for you? Yeah,
the goal for nationals is always to win. Time trial is a huge goal because I would love to do the time trial at the World Championships, which is really hilly this year. So I think I would do pretty well in a hilly time trial. So I'd really like to do them. And yeah, the goal is always to win the road race. It's always hard because I'll be alone, and there's full, like UHC will have a full team, and all the American teams will have full teams. But you know, Megan's won on her own before, twice in a row. So it is definitely possible.
Thanks, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.